It's episode 107, season 7, episode 8. It's the spooky, haunted Halloween episode, although nothing too scary. Well, a little scary. Yeah, more creepy than scary, I think, actually. Keistin, what exactly are you?
I'm a bad DJ.
Okay. We'll take that. And JL Taguna?
I'm a pickle.
Cucumber?
Pickle.
I do like this. I'm kind of a big dill.
Yeah.
And you know what, I did what I would consider a little bit of a lame job of dressing up, but what I am is a volunteer for the Manitoba Games. So Manitoba Games is sort of our sister show this year. Manitoba Games are coming to Thompson. We need volunteers. They're going to look like this when the games come here March 4th to 10th, so volunteer at the Manitoba Games. Sometimes when you get old, you lose your mojo a little bit, eh? So this is what I did. I could have done that. I did this. Fellas, I wasn't here this weekend. I was traveling for work, so don't know what happened on the weekend, but I'm hoping that you can tell me a little bit about what just happened here. So how about you tell us about Friday, and you talk a little bit about Saturday. Friday night, 6-5, close one. What do you think? How'd we play?
We had a pretty good game all around, just couldn't bury the puck.
Seems to happen. 5 goals wasn't too bad. Who are some of the goal scorers? Who looked good in that game?
Me and Johnny scored the first 2 goals, I think. Mitchell got 1 goal. Albert got another goal.
Oh, that's right.
Can't remember who got the other.
Yeah, I read through too, and I can't quite remember. But looked like you had a few chances on the power play too, and just couldn't bury them. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I just couldn't bury our chances.
It happens. And then Saturday, same result, only lost by 1 this time. Not quite so many goals. What happened on Saturday?
Well, you know, Melly obviously had a good night. He had 40 shots recorded on 3 goals, and we just couldn't bury them. That's the way it goes.
Do you remember goal scorers on Saturday? I think Mitchell had 1. Sheldon, maybe? No? Am I making that up?
I think it was Sheldon.
Don't know?
I think it was Sheldon.
Yeah, I think Sheldon had 1 and Mitchell had the other. Again, that day, I think 1 for 11 on the power play didn't look too good, although the penalty kill only let in 1 or 2 as well, so I thought that looked pretty good. Did anybody else shine for you?
We had a new AP come in. He was pretty good.
Didn't look too bad. Beauty. Brandon coming up this weekend. What do you think you got to do to put the puck in the net? Just shoot him in. We're getting chances, move it around a little bit more shots. What do you think we got to do?
Just more pucks to the net. Just getting our chances, rebounds, get in front of that net.
That's good. And to keep the goals out a little bit, what are you seeing as the goaltender in the back? How's the defense looking? Forwards coming back and helping out?
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time. Not quite enough, obviously, because we're not winning as many games as we have yet. Keistin, JL Taguna, bad DJ, although tunes weren't bad, I didn't think. I think you're doing all right. And Sweet Pickle, bit of a big dill. JL Taguna. Thanks, guys, for telling me what just happened here. Also coming up on this show, we're going to talk to Assistant Coach Cody Genaille coming up right after this segment. We got the 2 Saunders, Jonathan, who got his first and played well on the weekend, and Keistin Saunders as well. Going to do a 2-on-1 with them. And we're going to talk to Mark Scott. It's VALE night this Friday night coming up. So on Saturday, sorry, we got free admission for everybody. We got prizes, the bouncy house, all kinds of crazy stuff coming up, some draws and things like that. So going to be a big night. Lots of fans here for the Saturday night. Probably lots of fans on Friday as well. So come on down and check it out. This is the Northstars Show. Yeah, hit the music. Play my entrance music. Exit music. Here we are with Assistant Coach Cody Genaille. Cody, VALE night coming up on Saturday night. Free admission, looking for big numbers in the stands, I think, and hoping to get our first win this past weekend. Yeah, not so much. Close, though. 1-goal games again. There really have hardly been any blowouts so far this year, but we just can't seem to get over the hump. Just before we hit the blues and golds, some thoughts on just overall how the weekend went?
Overall, I think we didn't get rewarded for a lot because we did get a lot of chances, whatnot. But that's hockey. Sometimes the bounces go your way. Sometimes they don't. And unfortunately, right now everything's going against us. But we just got to keep pushing. I think we keep saying it. That we're moving forward, and we just got to keep moving forward. We can't take a step backwards.
Blues and golds. Let's start with the blues. Probably a couple more blues and golds because when you don't win, it's sometimes hard to find a nugget in there. But what were some of the blues this weekend?
We scored our own net, which was unfortunate. But like I said, that's hockey, and things like that happens. And also the same game. I think the game-winning goal actually was a misplay in our zone, ended up in the back of the net. So you take those 2 goals away, and it's a different game. But then again, you can't look at it that way.
Well, and they might have a couple stories like that too, right? So you never know. How about the golds? What did look good?
Well, Braden Melstead actually had a really good appearance on Saturday, I believe. But he held his own throughout the whole game, and we lost the game 3-2. But you know what? He made some big saves at the end of the game breakaways. So that's really good to get a good pushback game from him. We haven't really seen it this year, but it was nice to see.
Top marks, and it looked like we have an interesting situation going on with the special teams because the penalty killers look like they're doing well. Power play,
Our power play's getting better, all right? We moved from 9% to 15%, so that's a plus.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, but no, it's just consistency, right? I think every game we've scored on our first power play, but then all of a sudden it just they go into their own little world, and then they stop doing things that were successful for them. So
it just disappears. Like we said, VALE night coming up. Saturday night's going to be a big one. There's a whole bunch of entertainment, free admission. We've got the Comair draw, or the draw, and all of that kind of stuff happening. So that's going to be great. Brandon's coming to town, though. They're a pretty strong team. So what's the message that you and Coach Buchanan and Coach Balance are going to be sharing with the kids to get a win on what's going to be it's going to be a tough weekend for sure?
Yeah, I've always liked playing against Brandon. I know I've had a little history there. I grew up there, so every time I play Brandon, it's a nice little homecoming. But I always found we always matched up against Brandon a little differently than Winnipeg teams. So you know what? Let's go with that. I know we took them to a shootout the other weekend, which was a really good game for us. But that being said, we have to come out with our boots moving because that's where we have success, and especially on our forecheck. But they have to be skating consistently.
We'll look for them to be racing around. It's Halloween weekend. What did you dress up for Halloween this year?
I was a plumber. I took my kids out right after work, so it was Mario, I guess, Luigi. I don't know. I'm a mixture of both. So.
All right, we'll go with that. I went with Manitoba Games volunteer, which is pretty weak, but your plumber, I don't know how I feel about that. Last one, favorite costume or thing that you saw this year around Halloween?
Yeah, I can't say that one. Okay, let's go with Wessie Baum over there, Kian. He's, I don't exactly know what he is, but he knows what he is, so that's all that matters, right?
It's a bad DJ. We just had him in the opening, him and JL Taguna, so he said he's just a bad DJ, but I thought his costume was great.
It's classy.
Next year, we'll both put a little bit more heart and soul into Halloween, and we're looking for big things from the guys this weekend on VALE night. Cody Genaille, assistant coach, thanks.
Hey, have a good one.
This is a Northstars Show Extra. Joining me this time around is the Vice President of Manitoba Operations, Mark Scott. But I think more importantly when we're talking this time around, a lifelong hockey fan, player, maybe haven't suited up in the last 6 months. Retired player, officially retired, all done. Coach and a guy that's certainly been around the game a lot. Mark, you were a coach of the North Stars a couple years ago. I don't know exactly how many, 4 or 5 maybe, something like that.
I don't remember how long ago either, yeah.
It was a few years ago, but certainly a supporter of the North Stars. Have you had a chance to check out the team this year?
I haven't seen them play in person, but I've been following the results, and looking forward to this weekend with the Wheaties in town because we just had a shootout loss, I understand, to them a couple of weeks ago. So pretty close games lately, 2 one-goal games last year, so I think we're due, and hopefully this will be a good weekend to give the the Wheaties a good welcome to Thompson on Friday and Saturday.
A little bit of a run for their money. It's true. It seems like the Wheaties, they're 9-2, so I mean they're having a great year. But we had an excellent game against them, like you say, lost in that shootout. So we're hoping that VALE night can help to maybe push that over the edge just a little bit. So VALE, a sponsor of the Northstars. We were talking about this just before we came on the air. We're not exactly sure how long, but certainly probably been a sponsor of the team since the team started, and we've been doing the VALE night thing for a couple years now as well. So VALE night coming up. What exactly? What's going on here?
Yeah, so it's a big event for us. We hold an open house event from starting at 5:30. The doors will open. There's lots of activities for kids, bouncy houses and face painting and balloons like we talked about last year, and a free public skate for an hour on the ice, and then free admission for anybody who wants to come to the game and enjoy it. And we ask that if you're doing that, just bring a non-perishable food item for a donation to the Salvation Army, and the whole community get to enjoy the Northstars game on Saturday night with free admission.
Yeah, and I really think that the bigger crowd, we usually bring in about 1,000 people on the free admission VALE night, so hopefully that's the boost that these guys need to get over the hump this year.
Hopefully it'd be a big boost, be a big 50-50, so maybe that'll get a few more people in the stands too with the big crowd. And really the event, it's an opportunity for us to say thanks to the Northstars for all they do for the community, and thanks to the community in general. And we launch our community sustainability report every year. This is the launch of the report at the open house event, so there will be some information, kiosks set up with information about things we have going on around site and some of our environmental and community initiatives that folks can come down and find out all about.
I don't think I got a sneak preview. I think it got sent out today, but Ryan actually sent me a copy of this, and I'm not even buttering you up because you're on the show today, but I was pretty impressed with the report, actually. Sometimes a corporate report isn't something that lights people on fire. But
hey. They don't have to be, right? This is pretty good, and Ryan and his whole team and everybody who helped put this together put a lot of work into it, as they do every year, and it's a really good product. Lots of good information on everything. Well, not everything, but lots of things that we have going on around the site.
Yeah, no, like I said, the flip book format is what you guys are promoting. So there aren't a lot of printed copies, but that one you can find online, and I thought it was great. I really
Well,
did.
that's right. One of the programs you can read about in the report is our Slam Dunk waste management system, where in 2016 we actually diverted 95% of our waste away from landfill. So that's one of the real environmental successes that you can read about in the report. And the reason we distribute it mostly, this is one of very few, quite rare.
I was surprised to see it,
printed copies. I get a printed copy, but not many people do. But it's distributed mainly electronically, so that there's no waste that's generated from it.
Good, great pick of some kids from Juniper School on the Slam Dunk
Oh,
page,
you
too.
like-
I
yeah,
mean,
I
good
think-
pick of you too, but
Yeah.
the Juniper School kids look
Yeah.
great. So you guys are involved heavily in the community, in the Northstars. Also, a little bit of a tie into the Manitoba Games. So
Absolutely.
on VALE night, we're going to be selling this stuff and more, and we each bought them.
That's
and we encourage people to come down and purchase them themselves. 5:30 till 7:30, we're going to have the Manitoba Game stuff down there. VALE is a huge sponsor. You guys were the first business to jump in on the Manitoba Games. So tell us a bit about that. What motivated that decision?
Well, it's the Manitoba Winter Games in March of 2018 in Thompson are going to be a big event for the community. There's a lot of change going on. It's going to be a difficult year for a lot of folks in Thompson next year, and that's an opportunity to be part of a real bright spot for the community in general, and for all the young people who will get to participate in that event. Whether it's a stepping stone for real elite athletes going on to Canada Games and hopefully Pan Am Games and Commonwealth and Olympic Games later on, or somebody for whom this is the peak of their athletic career, it's a great event. I know I was an assistant coach in 2010 at the games in Portage with the Norman hockey team, and so I know firsthand what a great event it is. And so when Tim and the committee called, it didn't take us very long to get on board. And so what we committed was $50,000, a combination of cash and in-kind support for the games to kickstart it, but on the condition that be matched by other donors. So that's our challenge that's out there, and I thought I'd wear the sweatshirt to support the games today. Also want to encourage, there's a drive on for volunteers to support the games. Want everybody who can to spare a bit of time either leading up to the games or during the week itself. March break's going to line up in town with that, with the event.
No excuses.
So hopefully some folks will be available and get some volunteers out. I was just telling you, I signed up on the website yesterday to be a volunteer for the full week, and it's a pretty simple process to go through. So hopefully we get all the needs filled.
Glad to hear that. And like you said, you took a week off, I took a week off, and we encourage other people, maybe not to take a whole week, but to spend some time doing that. www.manitobagames.ca is the place to do that, as big or small as your commitment can be. So thanks to VALE, thanks to you for signing up for that, and a nice tie-in, I think, with VALE Night, having the merchandise on sale there, and the volunteers at our booth can help you get signed up too. You can do it on your phone or do it on someone else's phone. So VALE Night coming up Saturday night. You've got all sorts of stuff going on in the lobby. One last time, we've got face painting, we've got balloons, we've got a chance to see the report.
Bouncy House, a free public skate from 5:30 to 6:30, I think.
Yep.
The game, of course, is at 7:30, and the events in the lobby will be going on from 5:30 on through the conclusion of the game. So come on down for free, enjoy the game, take a shot at the big 50-50 draw, raise some money for the North Stars, bring a non-perishable food item to help with the Salvation Army.
Mark Scott, hockey guy through and through, Manitoba Games volunteer, and coincidentally, the last one, Vice President of Manitoba Operations. We'll throw that in there too. So thanks to VALE, and thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Bruce.
Here we are, 2-on-1, two Saunders, Jonathan Saunders, Keistin Saunders, a couple guys that I had a chance to coach a couple times through my coaching career in minor hockey. Pretty awesome to be able to see you guys playing in the big show here with the North Stars, so congrats to both of you for making the team this year. Let's start with you, Johnny. Got your first goal on the weekend. Talk us through it. How'd it go?
Taguna just passed it in the neutral zone, and he just gave it to me, and I shot from the ringette line and scored. Went top corner.
Cheddar from the ringette line, of course. I mean, that's how it goes. And Keistin, you've been playing on the back end a bit this year. Your first year with the North Stars. How does it feel? Pretty exciting to play with the big club?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Better hockey, fast. Just a lot of skilled players out there.
Do you feel like you're keeping up? You don't feel like you're out of place at all with these guys now?
No, I'm doing good, I guess, yeah.
Absolutely, looking forward to it, and representing a couple of guys that sort of played most of your minor hockey here in Thompson. This segment is called 2-on-1, so it's the two of us teaming up on you. Jonathan's got some big questions he can barely wait to get to, but I get to go first. What did you dress up for as Halloween this year?
Mario.
And is that your favorite character, or is that just the costume that you had at home?
Just the only costume I had at home.
My little nephew was, what's the blue guy with the dots from Mario? Not Toad? I don't know. I'll get back to you. Johnny, hit him with a question.
Who's your favorite on the team?
Gotta go with, got a lot of favorites, but Albert Berard.
he was fishing for him, actually. That's why he asked. I goes, just so you know. I know. Yeah. Okay, that's it. We're out of here, boys. Not gonna happen. What are you scared of?
Spiders, actually. Yeah, spiders.
Good Halloween theme. What are you scared of? Just curious.
Dinosaurs.
I like your chances. I don't think too much bad is going to happen to you. I'm not sure what I'm scared of, actually. I'll get back to you guys on that one. You got a question?
You have any pets?
Yeah, I got a dog, Tippy.
Had him for a long time. Him, her?
Him. Yeah, I had him for a while now.
Right on. What's your favorite movie and favorite scary movie?
I gotta go with Friday the 13th and Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. Everybody loves Step Brothers. Hit him with a question.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I gotta go with gym.
Ooh. Something other than gym. Usually we disqualify.
Oh, okay. Gotta go with history.
Ooh, that is a good one. I love history, actually. Good call. We don't hear that a lot. Last one. Who's your favorite NHL player?
Mitch Marner.
And any reason?
He's really good. Moves the puck. He's really quick. And I try to be like him sometimes. Pretty much all the time, I guess.
Perfect. You got one last one?
Who's your favorite NHL team?
I gotta go with Washington.
Oh, yeah?
Washington Capitals, yeah.
Not a fan of the Jets? Paul, you turning the camera off? Sorry, boys, this thing's over. One wrong answer and we're done. It's 2-on-1. Jonathan Saunders, Keistin Saunders, two Saunders, first year on the North Stars. Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
We'll get it right this time. It's episode 108. It's the 8th episode of our 7th season of the Northstars Show. I'm your host, Bruce Krentz. Behind the camera, a guy that's going to be broke in about a week. Paul Anderson going to fill 4 days with 6 days of drinking and gambling down in Las Vegas. So we wish him luck down there, and we wish the Northstars luck this weekend as they take on the Brandon Wheat Kings. It's VALE night. We've got a lot of great stuff happening here at the rink. We've got balloons, we've got face painting, we got the bouncy house, free admission for everybody. We are collecting food donations as well, so come on down and join us for VALE night on Saturday. Guys are playing Friday night as well. I want to thank a couple of our guests from the show this time around, two Saunders, Jonathan Saunders and Keistin Saunders in our 2-on-1 segment. A couple guys that I coached. Really nice to be able to see them playing with the Northstars and doing so well this year. Thank the guys that helped me with the opening, JL Taguna and Keistin, a couple guys that dressed up. There was a couple more that we didn't want to show on TV. A little, maybe not Shaw appropriate, but top marks to the guys for dressing up. I dressed up as well. I'm a volunteer for the Manitoba Games. We're going to be selling Manitoba Games merch here from 5:30 to 7:30 at the game on Friday night. So come on down and get a long sleeve tee like this. We got hoodies, we got other t-shirts. There's all kinds of great stuff. They got some blankets too that are cuddly and soft that'll keep you warm during the game. So come on down and check that out. Manitoba Games coming to Thompson March 4th to 10th. www.manitobagames.ca. I also want to thank Coach Cody Genaille for sharing some of his thoughts on this past weekend and just how we're going to beat up on those pesky Brandon Wheat Kings. It's VALE night on Saturday night. This is the Northstars Show.